we're going to treat it like you're the children of what's about to be a divorce, but it's starting out with just a separation. And now you're meeting your new dad, introduced by your old dad. I'm still there like, I just take anything I can get, lads. Like, I don't know what's going on at this point in time. So I actually think I'm not going to introduce this episode. I think Monte, he's the one who caused all this. He should have to, because you know what? I'm so real, Yamato. Even with you right here in the call, I'm going to say, I think this move's whack. I would say, I told Monte he shouldn't stop watching the league. He should stay doing it. Me and him are summoning insight. That's the brand. It's for years. Look, if he's not here, I'll take you as well, Yamato. You know what? In a post-apocalyptic world, you know what? If you were the last man on Earth, maybe I would fuck you on a desert island. But we're not on down desert island. You're not the last man. So for right now, I want to know, why is Monte leaving me? I think that's the first question.
I want to know too, Monte.
Yeah, go on, Monte. What's enough for you? Why can't you keep this going?
Okay, so I mean, and obviously, guys, there have been a lot of questions about like, Monte, why do you have to drop all the league content? Why can't you just please keep doing something inside or like that? And Monte and Wolf.
You said you know nothing anyway, so why do you even need to watch the game? Just keep going off and just spit your bullshit opinions,
That's right. Just take my opinions from Reddit. But no, I mean, so the answer is, guys, is that basically like it's one of those issues where LFN has now grown to the point where I need to spend more time working on the business end of things and fixing a bunch of the stuff that we've been neglecting, kind of on the background corporate end. We have a lot of sponsors this year, which is a great sign. The business is doing really well. Thanks to you guys for supporting our sponsors. But it's basically just become too much for me to be able to like watch 40 hours of League of Legends, VODs every single week. And I know a lot of people enjoyed bangers only, and I enjoy doing it, but it's just not a good use of my time. And the other reason is, especially because I have to do it on the weekends a lot of the time. So when my kids are off school, and now I have 2 kids, and my older son's he's going to turn 5 this year, and I would like to be able to spend more time with him. And basically Sundays I would have to dedicate to streaming and watching League of Legends VODs because we had to prepare for the shows to come out on Monday. So I didn't have time to catch up. So it's kind of gotten to the point where it's very difficult for me to live my life, and running the business on top of doing that is now just like way too much work, like not a feasible amount of work. So instead of watching League of Legends VODs today, what I did was look at spreadsheets. So that's fun. And as far as replacing myself, Yamato here is excellent, always been one of our best guests, and it takes somebody who's really involved in global League of Legends, because this show does talk about every single region on the planet, and we want to keep that vibe going on. If you guys are curious which shows I'm still going to be doing, I'm still going to be doing a bunch of shows. In fact, I'm going to be doing new shows. But part of what we're doing at LFN is we're trying to expand into other esports, so I need to start getting those shows online. We're going to start expanding into general gaming as well, which is something that I'm going to start dabbling in. So that's another really important point. And then also, I'm still going to be doing the culture show, so Foreplay and Nerd Legion. And if you guys enjoyed the commentary on this show that we frequently did about kind of more meta things like industry moves or laughing at Riot, the Four Horsemen is going to be happening more frequently, and that kind of content will just be moved over to the Four Horsemen. So I think what will probably happen on the Four Horsemen is that we will have at the start of the show, every time we do it, kind of like a industry catch up where all that segment's going to go. And then we will probably switch over, to the guest segment. So even if you are not necessarily interested in that guest, I think we're still going to have a part of the start of that show where we can kind of contain that information.
I mean, in theory, it actually means the Four Horsemen, as you say, should be more frequently. And if anything, for industry-only topics, you won't just get Monte's take and my take. You'll also get Richard Lewis's take. So actually, if you're a league fan, that part's better. It's just obviously you won't get Monte's league takes as much because he won't be doing the show in that sense. By the way, at the same time, though, I did tell Yamato, the history of this show is that it talks about anything that's big in the scene of League of Legends esports. So I did tell him we will still, I'll listen, unlike Monte, where he just lives it, I'll send him the articles in advance, a day or two, so he can formulate some thoughts. But I told Yamato, all I want is just him to have some level of honesty and authenticity. He doesn't have to give a big impassioned speech against Riot if he doesn't want to do that, or it's dodgy for his career. By the way, Monte could do that and I could do that. That's okay. But I just thought he should at least be able to address it. And actually, unlike a lot of other people people in the scene. This is also why it's dangerous. Think of my original joke about this show, Monty. I used to say that coming on this show as a guest is like I'm in a minefield. Like, come on in, the water's lovely and warm, but it's a fucking minefield, and if you run in there wrong, that landmine goes off, and then here's the even worse part. Then I just get someone else, like some guy follows LMS. Maybe he makes it through the minefield. Who knows? Anyway, not everyone made it through the minefield. Believe it or not, people like Froscory, they got blown up pretty early. Maybe that was a sign from God. I don't know. I wasn't religious back then. So anyway, the point is, I think Yamato can navigate the minefield. He's sort of shown me, but anyway, I won't even say what, but if people know what this infers, it'll show that he did his job well. I've even seen Yamato last year actually do abstract posts that actually clearly did refer to like very serious political situations in real life, but he actually nailed it. He did it in a way where it didn't make it like offensive and there wasn't some big scandal. So actually, you need someone like that to balance me out, Monty, because I'm always pulling towards that chaos. You know, I'm always going towards the flame. That's my style.
And look, I also think I'll probably be a frequent guest on this show. Around
now I find out. Okay.
Hey, I can come back.
Okay.
But especially for things
booking
like
yourself, like, hey, I'm on this week, guys. Does it?
Look, we're gonna talk about Fearless Draft tonight and the interesting video that Freak put out. But if I know about this stuff in advance, like this is the kind of stuff that I can still talk about. You know, I can pop on for the first part of the show and talk about it.
Yeah, that's good. What I'm going to do, Monty, is I'm actually going to do to you what you did to Yamato and others. I'm going to have a segment before where even better, I'm going to tell you the show starts at the original start time. You're going to sit there in some remote location watching on Twitch. Like, when do I get to come on? Me and him are going to talk for ages about the game, League, Riot. Then we're going to bring you in like, oh, coming in now, Monty, to only talk about this topic, you little one-dimensional bitch. Then you can have the opinion. So that'll be fun to flip the dynamic. Yeah. Okay.
So and also I think, you know, for some of the international events, now I will be not up to date on the meta or the state of the game, but I will
Obviously, the jokes write themselves, guys. The jokes write themselves. I don't need to say them. The jokes write themselves. So.
I will be a useful idiot to explain things to as I, watch some important semifinal.
What we need is you need to like embrace that and play it up and be like, so who's this Milky Way guy? And be like an actual boomer. We're like, oh, you remember back in your day, Dandy and Score and that. Like, yeah, we need to do that.
And obviously, if Riot does something really egregious, Thorin and I will have 30-minute rants where we kick Yamato off the show.
Yeah, you guys nailed it. Like I do have overlords. I say this on my stream, guys. I have overlords.
Okay.
I cannot speak freely on many topics.
It's the way he makes it sound though, like where everywhere in the world he's carrying like a Starlink case with him, and like Monte, we're paging in, like what? Right, just done something. Here I am in Guatemala. It's what's happening today. I want to know what Yamato thinks though. Yamato, some would say big shoes to fill. Because here's the difference. You know what? I saw that Jamada guy, well, I don't even fucking know, it's just some guy from like shit at ERLs or whatever. I saw he replaced Monty on Power Spike, but I don't watch Power Spike, so that's not a problem for me. So I want to know, what do you think about replacing Monty on this show though? It's a pretty iconic fucking role.
It's pretty damn insane. Like Power Spike was cool, in the sense that it was very easy. It was very simple, easy, and like we had beats to hit.
I mean, Dagon structures it really well if people don't know. It's kind of good to just, if you're a guest, you just talk when he tells you, basically, right?
Pretty much, yeah. And it's like in a lot of cases as well, it's like I noticed like me and Dom just agree on a lot of things. And I'm like, oh shit, me and Dom just agree on a lot of things. It's like, oh, which teams are the best in the LPL? It's like we spend so much time co-streaming. It's like I tried to beef up some things where we disagreed. For example, like the conversation about some players, but that came like later down the line. In context of this show, it's like when I met Monte in Korea, right? And he mentioned this to me. I was like, oh damn. I was like, oh shit. I reached out to you. I was like, yo, what do you think about this? Because for me, it's a super big deal. It's like Summoning Insight has been like synonymous with League esports for such a long time. It's like you guys are what, 10, 11 years in the making, So on my end, I know that I would never be able to recreate like the magic between you two, right? That's like even now when you guys are bantering and speaking between one another, it's very, very unique in that sense. I am very, very honored and proud and humbled to have this opportunity, and I'm excited to be creating, our own personal dynamic and our own personal magic. Because I do think it's like in the shows that we have been on together, I think I vibe with your energy, and I'm excited for just talking about League. It's like I'm a League nerd. I like everything about League. It's like that's what I like doing. So there's like a lot of these topics that always come up, like for example, like the Zeus and the T1 market, what happened with Doran and so forth. There's a lot of like topics, And I felt like I didn't have the space to really talk about those things. So I'm excited to like bring all the juice up and like talk about everything
He's
comprehensively.
excited to make the T1 fans mad like we do, Thorin. By the way,
you have to understand,
we,
as he just said there, the key thing about Yamato is he's learned from his hard experiences. That's what life's about, Monte. It's about like you don't have to know things coming out the gate, but when you have an experience, it teaches you. So he understands he doesn't want this to be like Fnatic, where Fnatic was one of the most storied dogs of all time with a history of championships. He joined, gave him fuck all championships, left him in death's door, where they put it this way, that Dardo guy was like, I know exactly. They had to fucking bring Freeze's twin, but they had to even go, is there anyone famous like Freeze isn't available? Has he got anyone who looks like him? Fuck, have him come in. Like that's what they had to do to save the org. So we don't want it to be like that with someone inside. We want to maintain the winning tradition. Okay, you might. So I'm gonna level you up in this sense. It's all good. You've been spending your time with Dom. You've been slumming it with Dom, who you have to understand is like some sort of fucked up like Kubla Khan-esque like ancient ruler who just sits in some fucking pristine garden and you all come to him like, oh sir, please may I come on the core stream? And he's like, yes, like give him a space and a peacock and some sherbet. He's just some mad ruler that you all have to agree with his opinions and be on his circle outside, or as far as I can tell on Powerspike, just look like a basketball player he liked and not even somebody he knows. On this show, we have higher standards, you have to actually be able to defend your points, you have to be able to argue, you have to, as you just said, your problem is you agree with Dom too much. Bro, I think IG's going to win a split this year. No one agrees with me. I think he's the best player of all time. I think Faker can just shut the fuck up. He got carried.
Bro, are we going? Bro, I'm ready to talk rookie, bro. Bro, rookie, last year, his spring split, one of the best splits of all time, man. He just completely neglected. He carried 4 bombs.
Yep.
But I don't know if this is the time to go IG, but rookie, bro. See, we are agreeing already, man. It's rough.
Okay.
Anyway. So the other stuff I'll be doing, if you guys want to follow my stream at it's Monte Cristo on Twitch, I'm gonna be back to my like cooking bullshit more regularly as well. So that's a personal project that I've been wanting to work on. So if you guys like my stream, I will still be streaming stuff, probably some general gameplay as well from when I work on the general gaming parts of LFN. But yeah, so that's it. I'll still be on Four Horsemen. Four Horsemen will be more frequent. It'll be with Richard and Thorin. Thorin and I are thinking about starting up a new non-esports show that's just the two of us for the Culture channel that will be different, probably graphic novel based. We've talked about that many times on this show, about how we want to do a graphic novel like book club show. So I think that's probably going to start happening soon as well. So there is going to be still lots of, forward-facing content with me. It's just that content doesn't take 40 hours a week of research for me to do. That's the most important thing. And that, as I started to say, the reason why I can't just do SI is because the 40 hours of research doesn't change. So it's actually more efficient just to do as many LoL shows as I possibly can, because that adds only a few hours every time, as opposed to, having to do 40 hours of research for just one show. So that's why it can't really be done. And I don't think it'd be fair to you guys, because it basically just wouldn't be the same show if I wasn't very well researched.
Think about one of the things that was the hallmark of this show is because we did do it because back in the day it was a lot easier to watch all the major regions. There used to just be way fewer amount of games, and obviously it was more limited. But one of the whole premises of this show is that you have to have an understanding of the whole top level of League of Legends. So, for example, I'll give you the example. When Monte was going on about Team Liquid macro, well, that wouldn't mean anything if you only watched LCS, would it? If he was going, it's world-class macro, it's like, well, what does that mean if you don't watch the LCK? I don't know if you know what world-class macro is. So I actually do think one of the problems regional shows suffer from is when you big up a player, I need to know that you actually know how good Mako is, or fucking Tian or something like that. If you don't know how good that player is, I can't know what your reference point is. So I do think that's an area where obviously Yamato, the difference is, I'll give people a little bit behind the scenes. We were waiting for this LPL game to end. Yamato's actually just lost the plot completely. He actually thinks we really do watch all the games. He was going, can we wait till after this LCK game? It's like, no, we're doing a fucking show now. We're not watching all the games. You do that on your own time. We're not getting paid to do that. So here we are, we're doing it now. And also, it was a shit LCK game. By the way, I was even joking with him, mate. I was all hyped for this, get ready, Thorn. Right, what's my motivation? Right, not Monte this time. Right, that's that guy who used to be in fucking Carmen got back in there. Okay, right, get ready, right, new show. And then I was watching that game, wait for the stream to end. UP versus Weibo Gaming, game 4, sapped all my love for League of Legends. I'm quitting too. Fuck it, right? You know what? Bring in someone else who looks like a basketball player. Have him talk to you about all for the rest of it. That was fucking garbage, man. The game was terrible.
It was okay. It was okay. You have to suffer through the bad to enjoy the good, you know? It's like you need a bit of rain for the sun.
So next time you get a coaching job, it'll be fucking amazing then. So
he does. He has a coaching job.
Yeah, he does. Sorry, my mistake. I forgot on TV you play a coach again. So okay, you coach that NLC team. Yeah, true. Okay.
Yeah. See, I'm not the only one on this show who coaches for the cameras. You know
exactly.
It's prestigious. I'm coaching 2 MSI champions.
Wild Montes, I've just realised he actually is for real just cosplaying you. He's trying to do Summoning Insight while coaching a team, but no one actually knows how much does he coach that team, and is it just for the camera? He is anyways. Yeah, okay, fair enough.
And he's doing it remotely. It is
Even
true.
better.
It's true.
Even better.
The parallels.
Right. I need to learn how to navigate if I should defend myself or if I should let the joke run, you know? Okay. Are people going to take it serious or not? I don't know how to navigate it, but I'll get used to it, I think.
See more cool, funny, interesting clips based on topics from my content? Well, subscribe to this channel then, or, be a pleb and don't.